Stream acquired.
Let me get to my OneDrive. How do I do that again? Oh, yeah.
New blueprint acquired.
Let me get to...
All right. What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of VCC Live. This is episode 47. Tonight we're talking about a couple different things. We don't have a whole lot on the agenda. We'll take some comments from you guys in the chat, but I wanted to go over VCCB2B in Chicago really quick. We just announced it yesterday. ColeBishop round 2, the amendment, not the bill, not the HR, 1136. Just making sure everyone's aware. Hunter. And New Jersey is at it again. And I misspelled at, so I'm going to have to change that. It says AIAT. I don't know why it did that. Oh. So, yeah, I'll change that real quick. And Jay is barbecue wings with a dock background, a green shirt, and yeah. Jay, what's going on, dude?
I'm feeling very internet-y tonight.
It looks like you're having
just hanging out at Hogwarts.
It looks like the visual comparative of you're having a stroke.
This mystical shirt.
I feel like I am.
It's magic. Don't make jokes.
What's up, man? How's things going? What you been up to?
I've been cooking a lot. No, things have been good. I've been incredibly busy, as usual, and tired. And apparently headless.
Well, I was going to say something bad, but I will not. You left yourself open for that one. Nick, what's up, man?
Well, that...
Oh, headless.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Or should I say erect?
I see where you were going with that.
Yeah.
It's good.
What's been up, man? You look clean cut. You're looking like you just came from the barbershop and nice. And
yeah. I feel really super uncomfortable. I'm wearing a white t-shirt and no hat. I don't know what's going on in my life right now. I don't feel like myself. But, yeah. It's good. Things are good. Things are busy. Focusing hard on YouTube. Focusing hard on a couple other projects that are coming up and stuff and things, and it's good.
Before we get into it real quick, I was going to ask you. You're one of the I know several YouTubers, but I mean you're on the show with us right now, so you can maybe explain it. What the fuck is up with YouTube? What's up with their advertising? Why are people all going to Patreon and doing what happened?
Nobody. Well, a lot of advertisers pulled out of advertising on YouTube, on Google, like big ones like Pepsi and Coke, like huge accounts, and because of that, there's smaller companies still advertising on YouTube, but YouTube's not making as much money from their advertisers as they were, so that trickles down to the content creators getting paid. I mean, a fraction of what it was. People are like, oh, well, blah, you're making less money now. It's like, well, it's not just a little bit less money. It's like a third. It's like a quarter of what we were making before. And that has a huge impact on your day-to-day, like, can I pay bills? Can I pay my car payment? Can I pay insurance type of thing? And so, yeah.
Yeah, I saw there was another...
I started Patreon.
One of the other vape reviewers, Ruby Roo, I'm sure everyone knows her. She had a video about it, I don't know, probably 3 weeks ago or something like that. And I was reading some of the comments, and I was like, man, people are being brutal assholes about it.
Yeah, I mean, unless you're Rip Trippers up into the 700,000 plus subscribers, and probably I'm assuming he's even seeing problems with it. I'm assuming he has multiple other revenue streams, not just YouTube.
Yeah.
One of my good buddies, Slipgator, is a video game YouTuber guy, and he's amazing. His videos
he's a great dude.
I watch his videos. I don't even play video games. I watch his videos because he's so funny, and he's in the 1 million+ subscriber club, and even he is seeing a huge dent in his in his Google revenue AdSense. He does YouTube full time. It's his one job. He does YouTube.
Right.
And he got cut way back down. So now he's like, oh, well, now I'm doing more live streaming on Twitch to make up for that money. Now I'm doing sponsorships from, PC companies to make up for that money. And I'm like, well, yeah, I mean, everybody has to make up for that money somehow.
I watch him too. I do play.
It's amazing how many people think we should just roll over and be like, well, it was fun while it lasted. I don't need money anymore.
I watch Slip too. I mean, I do play some games, and my kids actually turned me on to him before he even came down to Florida and all that stuff. But he's really entertaining to watch. And so and this is way off track, and it has nothing to do with. Well, I guess it kind of does have to do with vaping, but you do a lot of videos, and you have for a while. And people might say, why do you expect to get paid for them? Roughly in a week, how many hours do you put into doing your YouTube channel? Just roughly. Just YouTube. Not everything else you do, but just YouTube.
Oh, just YouTube? I don't know. Probably 20, 25 hours a week. Just doing reviews, prepping the vlog, doing the vlog, gathering links, making thumbnails, cleaning products, building products, throwing away products, opening products. I mean, I see that all as work. That all goes into my YouTube, If I sit here, and people would probably be super stoked to get like 6 packages of vape mail in the same day, and I procrastinate even opening it because it's just more work. I just honestly see it as work.
Of those 25 hours, how many hours of content does that put out?
It puts out about 2 and some change. The vlog is about an hour and 20, and then each review is usually between 12 and 15 minutes. So it's about 2 hours and some change.
Wow. And were you ever at more than that? Were you ever more than
Oh, yeah. More than 20? Yeah. I was, for a while, in 2015, I was doing the vlog and 3 review videos a week. So I had videos Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and sometimes on Friday.
Wow.
And that's when I started doing it full time. And I was like, I have so much time to dedicate to this. I'm just going to crank out videos like crazy. This is going to be great. It's going to be so much fun, and that after about a year really kind of took its toll on me because I started getting too fancy with stuff, and it would take me longer to do reviews because I was adding in all these like clips and shots and taking these pictures of products and these rotating video shots, and it got away from me. But I still do 3 videos a week, and one of them's the vlog, which is an hour and a half. So it's a lot. It takes me from about 4 in the afternoon till about 11 o'clock at night to shoot the vlog. Wow. And then I spend the next day editing it.
So yeah, for everyone out there, if anyone's watching this and you're wondering why the YouTubers are doing what they're doing, you guys spend a lot of time, the people who do it full time and for work, and you're bringing revenue into Google, so they should share. I mean, that's just the way it is. Share. Nobody works for free. Nobody should work for free. If people are bringing in viewers to YouTube as a brand, then they should get paid for it. Yeah. Well, the Joker said it. He said, if you're good at something, never do it for free. There you go. Stanley the All right. Well, anyway, I just wanted to kind of, it's just a question I had in the back of my mind and wanted to ask you about. I haven't even seen the chat. I need to see the chat. Yeah. So everyone that said, hey, what's up? Hi, all. How are y'all doing? Thank you guys for joining us. Don't forget to hit that like button down there below. There's more of you watching that have liked it, so please do that now if you would real quick. And if you're watching on the replay, like it, share the link, all that good stuff that goes along with, shares. There's the chat. Shares and stuff like that. So, we actually do have a couple of things that I want to talk about tonight. The first one, I'm just going to flip over here to the full screen, and it probably is not going to work out well for me, but we'll try it. VCCB2B Chicago, December 14th and 15th at the Donald Stevens Convention Center, about 5 minutes from O'Hare International Airport. Speaking of getting paid. Yeah, exactly. This is called VCC Live. The VCC stands for Vaping Convention Circuit. If there is no vaping convention circuit, we're not doing these. That's a fact. So anyway, it's going to be the from what I can tell, the U.S.'s largest B2B only event this year. The hall's 220,000 square feet. I'm not sure that we'll encompass the entire hall. We'll probably take up at least half of it though. And we've already got interest from China. I'm going to be hitting up Europe as well, some of the vendors over there. But it's going to be business to business only. And if anyone has any questions, they can email me, admin@vapingcc.com. We'll have some more information at vapingcc.com as well. But so this will be our 11th event, VCC's 11th event since 2014. And for the past probably 2 years, I've had exhibitors saying, why don't you do a B2B only event? Not that they don't enjoy the consumer aspect of it, but they spend a lot of money to come to these events, flying out products and people and hotel rooms and making the products for the event. And they really, their bread and butter is making business contacts. So they've been at me for 2 years. And I said, you know what, I'm gonna give it a shot. And Chicago actually used to have an event in the same facility called the Vapor World Expo. I don't know if either of you guys ever went to that. It's the Vapor World Expo. I guess it was run by the same people that do the TPE event in Las Vegas. But they weren't there. They haven't been there since over a year ago. And when I contacted the facility, they were like, yeah, no one's been here. You're welcome to it. I said, yeah, absolutely. We might make it an annual thing. Next year, I'll probably try to bring it back. My ideal wasn't December, but you have to work on their time schedule and when they have things available. And most of these halls are booked a year in advance. So next year, we'll try to do it maybe in the fall instead of in December. But it's in a nice covered area. It's across the street from a 500,000 square foot shopping plaza. It's 20 minutes from downtown Chicago. Cheap flights in and out of O'Hare. So it should be a really great event. And I'm looking forward to getting tons of people from all over the U.S. and beyond.
So I know I was joking with you, before the show about sausage and stuff, but a couple of of pseudo serious questions. So if I were to go, would I have to buy and sell shit, or can I just go?
Okay, so if you're a business owner or manager of a business, you can buy. If you don't want to exhibit or be a sponsor, you can buy the B2B badge for $50 online. And you can just attend and meet and talk to the exhibitors who are there and or other B2B attendees. Mm-hmm. And if you don't buy it online before the event, it's going to be $100 at the door. And the reason we're doing that is we want to weed out, we want people to do it online so we can have an estimate about how many people it is. That's why they're getting it for half price online. We also charge something. We're charging something because we want to weed out people who might go to Office Depot and print up some business cards and decide they're, want to go in and try to get some free samples that are consumers and they don't own a business. So,
well, maybe I shouldn't ask any further questions then. Okay, thank you.
You can ask whatever you want. I'm open as a book.
Well, I was just going to say, is that how you prove you own a business? Is
no,
you walk over with a business card?
We have the directions are on the site, and I'll post a link in the description below for the replay. But you have to send us an email with a copy of your business certificate from the state, or either that or your FEIN from the IRS, because we want to make sure that everyone coming in is legitimate. And we haven't had any trouble with them in the past. It's just we've done short B2B sessions at VCC events, and it's not been dedicated to strictly like a trade expo, which is where I think we need to be going in the direction of for conventions in the U.S. We should have a couple of consumer shows per year, and I'm not saying that VCC won't continue to do that, but this event will be... I think by December we'll have some relief on the FDA deeming regulations, and we need this economy back, and it's already on its way back. I can tell just by the atmosphere at the VCC Tampa event. People are positive and smiling, and they're happy to do business, and that's what we need to continue that growth of. And basically the whole idea is the bigger our industry gets, the harder it is for them to shut us down. And I want to help facilitate that in any way that I can. And the best way that I've been doing for the last 3 years is having VCC events and making vaping more mainstream and helping people with their American dream of building a business. And that's what the VCCB2B is going to be all about. We want people there making business deals, wholesale, distributorships, whatever, for selling in their shops, for selling in their online. And we want to make this industry great again. I sound like Donald Trump.
No, don't say that. Yeah.
Anyway, that's VCCB2B. And if you're interested in sponsoring or exhibiting at the event, if you sign up before August 31st, you're going to get 10% off of the rates. The rates are a little bit higher than we've done in the past for VCC events, but keep in mind this is a true trade show. And in every other industry, it's typically in the $22 to $26 per square foot for a booth range, and we're trying to kind of get to that area so that we can do an actual trade show. I don't think people understand how much it costs to rent one of these halls. This one in Chicago is 3 or 4 times what I'm used to paying because it's in Chicago and because it's huge. You talk about carpeting the aisles, for instance. I'm just going to give you some numbers here so people are like, whoa, it's expensive. Okay, $3.50 per linear foot. Count up the linear feet of the aisles if we're going to carpet this.
Good God.
Exactly.
So that's like 20 grand
or
just
more
for carpet?
Or more just for carpet.
Are we going to be kneeling?
But if you want to have a professional environment for people to, I mean, you see some of the ones that I've seen like in the VAP Expo France, or the ones I've seen from China recently. They're immaculate halls. They look great. People are there. They're wanting to do business, and you're putting them in an environment and a mood to do that. But it's not cheap. So, yeah. What'd you say, Jay?
I said, do you really need carpet? Are people going to be kneeling in there?
No, but I mean, it gives an overall feel of professionalism to the event if you have carpet in the aisles and stuff. We haven't done that before at VCC events.
That was a joke.
But I know. But we also charge less. I'm
going to be making people kneel.
But women, you can kneel while you're serving your meat.
I'll bring up the sausage again.
Sausage?
We can just have vaping chapel with
Fine,
like
Jay. Show us your sausage.
Father Jay, Brother Jay. You dress like the Pope. And speak the good word of vaping. Oh, he.
I like that. That was
thing.
That was a nice Gregorian chant. All right, let's go. That's VCCB2B. If anyone has any questions, you know how to get in touch with me. You can message here, Facebook, email. But for now, we're going to talk about something that came up this week, and I'll go to the full monitor on this one. And you guys may or may not have seen this. House committee approves bill weakening FDA tobacco regulations. I'm not going to read the whole thing. Well, actually, it's not that long, but I'm just going to read this part of it. Washington, D.C. Lawmakers on Capitol Hill continue to work to ease current federal regulations on newly deemed tobacco products like electronic cigarettes and cigars. On July 12th, the U.S. House Appropriations Committee approved the FY 2018 Agricultural, Rural Development, and Food and Drug Administration and related agency's appropriations bill. Included in the legislation is a provision that would move the predicate date for newly deemed products from February 15, 2007, as outlined in the 2009 Family Smoking Prevention and Tobacco Control Act. Moving the date will effectively prevent the FDA from requiring retroactive reviews of e-cigarettes already on the market, according to the Associated Press. The measure would also exempt some premium and large cigars from FDA regulations. E-vapor products are 95% less harmful than combustible cigars, quote, by said Representative Sanford Bishop, Democrat, Georgia, a co-sponsor of the plan. I want to help people in our country, America, to cycle off of cigarettes. And it goes on to say a few more things, negative things from this asshole. Well, maybe he's not an asshole, but he's an asshole in these comments. Representative Anita Lowry. Maybe it's a woman, I'm not sure. But they're obviously anti-vaping. But so this would be, and again, we went over this a few weeks ago. You have HR 1136 and you have the ColeBishop Amendment. ColeBishop Amendment version 1 did not make it into the FY 2017 appropriations package. They're trying to get version 2, I guess, into the FY 2018, which would be voted on before, hopefully, and if the government doesn't put it off again, the end of September. Nick, you said that you... so they added... Again, this is where they had the characterizing flavors, language that was added to it that people were freaking out about, which I don't understand why people were freaking out about. No one even really knows what it means other than they're going to characterize what flavors are. It doesn't mean they're going to ban flavors. It doesn't say anything. Yeah, even though the FDA already has the ability to do that.
I feel like that's kind of the scariest part of it, is just the massive ambiguity. Like, they could just say, we're going to characterize flavors, and then later on down the road... They could go, oh, well, characterizing flavors means you can just vape nothing. It just tastes like styrofoam. That's how we characterize flavors. So I think the ambiguity is what, when I read that sentence, I go, well, that seems pretty vague. I feel like that opens up the door for them to do kind of almost anything.
They already have that up. They already have that available to them.
Flavors.
They can do that already. If they wanted to regulate or remove flavors, they can do that already. I mean, it's not something that's new to the FDA deeming regulations. I guess it would be new to the ColeBishop Amendment, but you said you had seen something else, so about batteries, removing the battery language? I hadn't seen that.
I had heard from a fairly reputable source, and I won't say who it is. In fact, let me check my phone. Let me check my phone and just make sure I read what I thought I read in this text message, but it might not have...
yeah, we don't want to be putting out fake news. Jay, can you do like a Jeopardy theme song while we're...
Yeah, maybe just talk amongst yourselves.
Not while Nick's going, into the mic.
Okay, no. I changed my stance. I was ill-informed.
Oh.
I'm changing my stance on that.
Oh, so you were ill reading.
I was ill reading. It was one of those, when you get really busy and you're like, doing a thing and you're doing another thing. And you're trying to type an email and download videos, and then your phone rings and you go, well, okay, what do you want? Okay, I don't care. And then you like glance at it. Yeah. I glanced poorly.
It happens.
Okay. Yeah, well, anyway,
you glanced poorly.
You glanced poorly. I glanced poorly. So so I mean, there is the characterizing flavors thing in there, and so I mean, I guess it's positive in a way that it's passing this committee again, but it remains to be seen. Again, I'm of the opinion that the further we go down the line, the less of a chance any amendment to an appropriations bill has. So I'm not really putting a whole lot of faith in it. If it passes, it passes. That'd be great. But again, we're looking at September. I do have it is my personal belief that something will happen before the end of this year, positive for the vaping community and industry. What it will be, I have no idea yet, but hopefully it will happen before the end of the year. Certainly, before next year. They of course extended everything by 3 months, so now it's November of 2018, which is the D-Day. But yeah, so that was the news from this committee on the appropriations. Anyone? I haven't been checking chat actually at all. Let me just look at it real quick and see if anyone's saying anything.
Fellow named Mark popped in and wants to be filled on everything that has happened so far. Actually, Mark, we were just all talking a lot of shit about you. So I'm glad you missed it because it was vicious for a while in here.
Mark Morgan, that's the it was bad, Mark. Just you have to watch the replay, but I'll probably edit it out.
Yeah, you have to edit that out. That was brutal.
Well, if you might have missed the announcement that next week we're going to have live on the show Abe Froman.
The Sausage King of Chicago?
Yeah.
How do you guys know this shit?
You're Abe Froman? I don't know.
Yes, I'm devilishly handsome, aren't
I? Robert says it's not an amendment, it is an act part of bill. An active part of bill?
Actual part of the bill?
I don't know, maybe.
It's called the ColeBishop Amendment. It's called the ColeBishop Amendment.
It used to be anyway. It was. I mean, I guess now maybe they've incorporated it into the language. Anyway, colloquially, that's what we know it as. The ColeBishop Amendment version 2 is what I'm going to say, because version 1 did not make it.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next thing that we had, there was an article I found today in the San Diego Union Tribune, and let me just pop over real quick again, full monitor. And this was actually written by Duncan Hunter, allegedly, maybe a staffer, but probably his words. And the whole thing is pretty good, and I'll post the link in the description. You can go through and read it really quickly here. And he again has the HR 2094 that's introduced that, again, I think is quite a ways away from ever becoming anything, if at all. But, it's the first federally introduced legislation by a representative in Congress. So in that respect, it's groundbreaking, and it's good that we do have people on our side in Congress. But so one of the that I just de-highlighted. Most interestingly, in their effort,
low-lighted.
Most interestingly,
I don't know if de-highlighting is a thing. I think you just made it normal again.
I de-highlighted it. I took the highlight away. I deed it. Most interestingly, in their effort to cut sales and access to electronic vapor products, they're actually encouraging more Americans to smoke cigarettes and perpetuating the economic effects inherent with smoking. They're also targeting, through presumably less intentionally, the 20,000 small businesses nationwide and more than 100,000 jobs that are tied to the sale of vapor products. Offering undue credibility to this campaign is the nation's current regulatory approach to these low-risk products, which is structured for traditional tobacco items and not new technology for smoking cessation that is developing faster than the government can currently keep pace. This development has prompted some hesitation since vaping is somewhat of an unknown quantity to many Americans and regulators, but the same hesitation has pigeonholed vapor products into a poor-fitting regulatory structure that considers harm reduction devices and cigarettes as one and the same. I thought that was very good. 2 paragraphs.
Really good.
And the really good...
The last sentence was really good.
Yeah, really good characterization.
I especially like the part that it's all blue.
It was highlighted, and then I highlighted it.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part about it.
So, Duncan Hunter, I mean, I saw an interview with him that the Regulator Watch, Brent Stafford, did the other day. I shared it. It's gotten a lot of views. I think he has the right approach, and I'm hoping that we can move forward. He has, some aspects of the HR 2094 need to be addressed, but again, it's good that there is a representative in the Congress that is at least telling the truthful side of the story and letting them know that we're talking about 20,000 small businesses, not big tobacco. Big tobacco, if they lost their vapor industry piece of the pie, guess what? They're going to be fine. They're going to keep moving forward. But these 20,000 small businesses and 100,000, I don't know where you got these numbers from, but estimated jobs is crippling. What do you guys think? Anyone in chat have any comments?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with them. I've met Duncan Hunter in real life. He's a good guy. He's really smart, very professional, very, very politician-y. So I'm glad he's a vapor. I'm glad he's on our side, because if he was against us, we could possibly be in trouble, because he's very smart and very persuasive. Whenever he's talking, you listen and you watch and you listen to him talk. He's a very smart guy. And I like that article a lot. I agree with everything.
So Minuteman saying, until AG bill language is changed, we should not support.
Sure. You don't have to. I will.
Change to what? What are you referring to?
I think he's talking about the battery language or the flavoring language.
Well, again, I've said this before, and I'll say it again, and I'll keep saying it over and over again as long as people aren't getting it. There is the possibility of no industry at all next year. There are some things we're going to have to, if this is an avenue that could save the industry from going out of business completely.
Yeah.
I mean that we're not going to get everything that we're asking for. So we have to find some compromise that's worthwhile. And the reason the battery language was inserted was to appease the Democrats, because there's nothing at the federal level that's going to make it through without bipartisan support. Nothing. Which is why Tom Cole went out and found Sanford Bishop and paired up with him to do the ColeBishop Amendment in H.R. 1136. So, I mean, if we don't get our way, we're taking our football and going home, they're going to kick us in the ass on the way home and say, fine, you're out of business, fuck off. So, I mean, if that's what you support, then that's what you support. I mean, it's a free country. I do not support that. I think we need to find some way to compromise. If the language, I mean, if it came out with something that was really egregious, like flavors are banned, period, then I would say absolutely not. Can we not support that? Because flavors are the reason why I quit vaping. I mean, I found flavors much better than combustible tobacco. What's that?
Right. You said quit vaping.
Oh, quit smoking, yeah.
Quit smoking.
I have not quit vaping.
Well, one of the things that I hear a lot of is, well, they can't ban it. The federal government can't really do that. We're going to be fine. They can't do that. Yeah, they totally can. I mean, there's a reason why you can't buy hoverboards in America anymore. It's the federal government took care of that. They can definitely ban it. They can make us all criminals.
Yeah, well,
there are people who are in prison right now for having flowers in their house that you happen to be able to smoke. So, yeah, the government can definitely do that.
Yeah. And like I was saying earlier, the FDA already has in the deeming regulations, they have a couple of clauses where they could tomorrow say flavors are out. They could do it tomorrow. Yeah. So again, if we don't get the FDA deeming regulations, I mean, let's say for instance the deeming regulations date is moved, and you have a ton of flavors on the market prior to whatever date they set it at, whether it be 8/8/16 or the current date whenever they set it at that. We will at least have thousands of flavors to choose from, because those will be grandfathered in. I don't understand why anyone would oppose that, and just outright oppose it. But I guess so. It's up to
if ColeBishop goes through, we have every flavor that's currently on the market.
Correct.
Characterized.
Quadrillions of flavors. Right. I mean, how many liquid
all put into categories?
We'll have like 500 strawberry milks. We'll have I'm just kidding.
Yes, exactly. We'll have a bajillion cereals.
But no, seriously, I mean, once they're grandfathered in, they're grandfathered in. So yeah. But that does kind of bring us to the next topic I had, which was a flavor ban. As we talked about a few weeks ago, San Francisco passed their flavor ban, and we told everyone, and I'm sure it's been going on in other places too, but New Jersey, but other places are going to start picking up what San Francisco is putting down. Flitz says, I'm going to need more than quadrillions of flavors. That is unacceptable.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
That's what we've been living with to this point. So anything less is uncivilized.
Exactly. Yeah. We need a Grey Poupon flavor. And only if you were watching commercials in the 90s will you get that. So anyway, we have there's a whole article here that I'm going to post a link to again in the description. And let me go to the full screen real quick. I'm not going to again read the whole thing. It's kind of long, but I do want to read part of it. This is about New Jersey. Our view: legislators still attack vaping even as evidence of its benefits mounts. So you can read the whole thing. It's pretty good, pretty well written. But this part,
there's the blue
that I've highlighted and not de-highlighted here.
There's the blue.
Vaping
Saved by the blue.
Vaping seems to be helping even the children the legislators are using to try to justify their restrictions. That sentence alone is phenomenal because it's absolutely true. During the rise of vaping from 2011 to 2016, the percentage of U.S. high school students smoking cigarettes was cut in half. And last month, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention reported that the number of vaping users is starting to fall too, from 3 million in 2015 to 2.2 million last year. Britain is making dramatic reductions in future sickness and mortality by using vaping to reduce smoking. That should be the goal of New Jersey officials too. So the whole article is talking about this state senator in New Jersey, Joseph Vitale, or Vitale, I'm not sure how you say it. I think it's Vitale. They're claiming that hundreds of vaping flavors already in the market could be appealing to children, even though the sale of vaping supplies is already prohibited to anyone under the age of 19.
Thank you for actually, recognizing that fact.
Right.
I mean, even paying that lip service. They keep trotting out the children. We got to save the children flavors.
It's already illegal.
Children. It's already illegal to sell the children.
Right.
Enforce the fucking law.
Right.
If you're really worried about it, you don't need to legislate any further. Enforce the fucking law that you already created.
Right. That's exactly right. Jay, there's a head right here, and there's a nail, and you hit the hammer with the nail on that head.
And only two F-bombs.
That's true. Fucking A.
Yeah.
But yeah, very well written article. I'm going to post a link in the description for that. But like we said, once these things start getting some steam, they're going to be picked up by other states, cities, counties. And you have to be vigilant in your states. And New Jersey, I mean, I don't know. I've only driven through New Jersey.
A lot of vapors in Jersey.
That's all you do in New Jersey is drive through it. You don't stop in New Jersey. You count the.
Let me give you an example.
The tolls, and then you're in Maryland or whatever.
This was my first experience with New Jersey. I was driving through on the way to New York and had to stop and get gas. It was not a self-service gas station, which I haven't seen since like the early 90s.
Right, yeah.
It was a full service.
Yeah, and they'll yell at you if you get out and like put your hand on that.
I did. I got out to put gas in, not realizing that it wasn't a full-service station. And I went to put gas in. The attendant comes out and he's like, wait, you can't do that. You can't pump your... I've been pumping gas for myself for like 15 years. I can pump gas. He's like, no, you can't do that in New Jersey. We have to do it. And it was like 30 cents more a gallon or something. And I was like, fuck this. I'll wait till I get to New York. I mean, this is ridiculous. And then I was actually reading about it later online about why you can't pump your own gas in New Jersey. And I shit you not, this is the article that I read, something about one of the legislators made the comment when they were passing this that what if a pack of wolves or wild dogs or something where it started attacking you while you were pumping gas or something? I don't know. It was crazy. And I was like, is this the mindset? Seriously?
What if a pack of wolves?
What if a
I'm not feeding hay to my horse.
What if a meteor hits?
Yeah, what if the Earth explodes while you're pumping gas? Don't you want to be safe in your Range Rover?
This is the mentality of people making vaping laws in New Jersey. So I can't say that. I can't say it shocks me, but at the same time, God bless you guys.
A pack of wolves?
Is the gas attendant trained in wolf defense? I guess so. I don't know.
That's like that senator who was complaining about having a base on an island, worried that the island would tip over. You guys remember that?
What? No.
What? No.
Whoa. No.
There was this big. I don't want to go too far into it, but there was this big hearing, and the senator was talking to one of the generals or whatever, talking about placing a base somewhere in the Philippines or whatever. And the senator was concerned that having too many people on that island would cause it to tip over.
Wow.
That's unbelievable.
It was Haiti. Rob Jones is saying it was Haiti.
Well, luckily they don't have wolves there.
It was hilarious. Yeah. Pack of wolves, islands tipping over. These are the people that you vote for.
Wow. Rob says you took the long way around to that one, Kev. I'm not sure. This was a while back, so I'm not sure what I was talking about, Rob. Sometimes I take the long way around. I'm not sure why. The Vapid Minute Man says Jacob will have a field day with this show. Who is Jacob? I'm not sure who that is.
Did you see the article I posted on Facebook the other day, Kevin, about the SouthAfrican.com?
No. What was
they
it?
are. It's something I just randomly ran across in the morning, and it was like odd timing. I couldn't put it in a video. I just shot the vlog. It couldn't go in the vlog, so I posted it on Facebook. But the South African, they are attempting to debunk the Royal College of Physicians report. Have you seen this?
Mm-mm.
The big headline says, there's no scientific credibility to the claim that vaping is 95% safer than traditional cigarettes. And they have, sorry, that was a video ad. They have their experts debunk Public Health England's tobacco harm reduction report.
I've seen
in
some
a few
stuff.
paragraphs, which is amazing. And at the end, they conclude, they're like, well, there you go. The claim's unproven. That's our conclusion. I was like, wow, you guys really handled that quickly.
I've seen some stuff lately, more evidence comes out against vaping. And I'm thinking to myself, where is this evidence coming from? I'm going to tend, Kevin Skipper, I'm going to tend to trust an 800-year-old medical institution over this South African committee or whoever the hell it was. Or
well, they are a watchdog group.
Ooh,
so,
okay. Well, then they must be truthful.
Careful. That
was not sarcastic at all.
They're going to take on VCC next.
Oh, look at that. Now I'm a watchdog group.
Yeah, exactly. They called the Royal College of Physicians report extraordinarily flimsy.
Wow.
That was their conclusion. I don't know why the South African cares or why. I mean, are there really strict vaping laws in South Africa?
I sell a ton of juice.
I don't know.
There.
You sell a ton of juice in South Africa?
No.
No, you don't. I was like, really, you do?
Ooh, I did not get that one.
No.
Yeah.
Believe me, I saw Lethal Weapon 2. I don't deal with those guys.
They pump their own gas.
I've never seen a Lethal Weapon movie, if I'm being honest with myself.
Seriously? They're really good.
Yeah, I've never seen one.
You should check them out one day.
The first two are great. The rest of them are absolute.
That's what I've heard. Right. That's what Casey tells me as well. Who is from New Jersey, by the way.
Oh, no wonder she left.
And I've stopped in New Jersey. I've spent nights in New Jersey.
She left New Jersey and went to California?
I've stayed overnight in New Jersey, I think, once on the way back from Florida.
Yeah, well, she's out in like the sticks where it's just trees.
The Pine Barrens, yeah, the
Pine Barrens. She's way out there, so it's not like
that's good stuff. We drove through that on our way to Pennsylvania, actually.
Yeah, it's really cool out there.
It is cool.
I was surprised.
Oh, Vaping Man says, I guess Jacob must be the Make It Right guy. Again, I've still never seen any of their videos. I don't have time to go watch them. Everything we tell you here is the truth or as close as we can get to it. So I don't know. I don't know why you would have a field day with this show, but have a field day, Jacob, if you're watching.
Ooh, Flitzano. I think Flitzano maybe reads F. Paul Wilson.
The Pine Barrens. That's where the Jersey
chances
Devil
are probably pretty good of that. Flitz is a strange guy.
He's talking about Jersey Devil in the Pine Barrens. I've never heard that reference linked other than in F. Paul Wilson novels. So,
but Flitz also thinks that the moon is hollow or something like that too. Isn't that right, Flitz?
Is Flitz the flat earther? I'm just kidding.
No.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, the actual garden part of the state. Yes.
Just to remind you guys real quick, since I'm looking at it right now, if you're watching and you haven't hit the like button, please make sure you do that real quickly. We appreciate that. Smash. Let me smash. Have you guys seen that video? That shit's hilarious. No. There's a video on YouTube. Just type in "Let me smash." LEMME space smash. Let me smash. It's birds. You'll die laughing. It's absolutely funny. Incredible. So that's everything that we had scheduled to talk about as far as vaping this week. We'll answer any questions if you guys. We're all busy, so again, we do this voluntarily. So we're not going to know 100% of everything that's available out there, but we'll certainly do our best with questions.
Yes, none of us are beholden or under contract.
Yes, and we're actually de-highlighted as well. And we're politician-y. That's another word that Nick made up earlier, politician-y.
Politician-y. Duncan Hunter,
Game of Thrones, been watching Season 6, catching up, getting ready for this Season 7.
So, I'll be drinking Ardbeg this weekend.
I've never watched Game of Thrones either.
Dude.
I know. Everybody tells me that, but here's the thing. I'm not super interested in, like... I really like sci-fi fantasy, but much less of the fantasy side of it. Like, I'm not a huge Lord of the Rings fan. I didn't really like those movies, and I don't really like dragons and elves and goblins and axes and fighting.
I'm totally with you on that. And I watched, my wife and I watched like the first 2 or 3 episodes of Game of Thrones, and we liked it okay.
They're a little slow, the first couple.
Yeah, but not enough to like continue our HBO subscription, because it was like during one of those weekend free trial things.
Right.
It's just like meh, and of course you can find a way to watch it, but I couldn't get through the first 3 or 4 episodes.
The first 3 or 4 are a little bit slow, but I'm telling you, I'm telling you.
It's that episode 5, man.
I don't know when it picks up. I don't remember at which point. And I know even if you don't like those type of things, the writing and the acting is so clever. You got to give it a chance.
And that's kind of what I assume. I'm sure I will watch them all at one point, but it's just, I don't know. It's just a matter of getting around to it, I guess.
Costello West says bad TV may cause popcorn lung.
Yeah, I know. I did just lose some geek credit. That's okay. That's fine. I'm okay with being into science fiction, Star Wars, Star Trek, comic books, superheroes.
I'm with you on everything.
I don't feel like I need Lord of the Rings in my life right now.
Well, Lord of the Rings, not so much. I didn't think they were that great either, and probably get some negative comments.
They were a little slow. They were worth watching, but they were definitely slow.
Game of Thrones is by far the best TV show I've ever seen. It's really good.
Wow.
So
Ever seen?
Over Firefly?
Over everything I've ever seen.
Firefly over fucking Star Trek: The Next Generation was one of the greatest TV shows of all time.
That was
most of that doesn't hold up though.
Some of it doesn't.
Some of them do. Some of them absolutely do. But like Inner Light and what's the one where they all started having nightmares? Like there were some really good episodes.
There were some really good ones. But I think Deep Space Nine holds up much better than Star Trek: The Next Generation.
I like
Deep Space Nine was ahead of its time. That was
I never finished that. I never finished that one.
Oh, you didn't see the one where they go back in time to the original Enterprise?
No. Oh, yes, I did. I did.
Yeah,
I did
that
see that
one.
I was
triples.
That was probably back when I still smoked dope, though.
Yeah. You do it again. Do both of those things again. Just pick a night, get stoned, and watch Star Trek.
Do all.
Costello West says better than Beavis and Butthead. Yes, Costello West, much better than Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah, that doesn't hold up at all. Although
I did like Beavis and Butthead.
His movie Office Space will hold up forever.
Yeah, Office Space is unbelievable.
Yeah.
I'm glad we can agree on that.
I don't think I've ever... maybe I have seen Office Space, yeah.
Yeah, you should watch Office Space for sure.
Okay, I'll watch Office Space if you watch all of the Game of Thrones. That's a fair deal.
Yeah, that seems like a fair trade. Definitely.
You know what? I do have some work to do after the show, so maybe I'll throw that in again. I don't know. We'll see.
Do it.
Yeah. Do it.
Best show ever was Deadwood. Never watched it. Heard it was good, but haven't seen it. Anyway, yeah. You guys have any questions about anything, vaping or whatever?
Actually, a couple things happened this week in the world of snus. I know that's technically not.
That's harm reduction, so let's hear it.
Hey, I snooze. I left my snooze in Florida, actually, Kevin, in the Airbnb. I left it in the fridge.
I'll find it and grab it for you. I'm just kidding.
So yeah, I placed an order just before July 4th weekend. They just had a killer freaking deal. Like 2 rolls, you buy a roll, you get 5 cans free. And they had everything that I use on sale, so I just freaking stocked up. Usually, because of the PACT Act, the FDA PACT Act, you have to pay huge amounts of money in shipping. But the plus side is you get it 2 days later, right from Sweden. Like 2 days, it's at your door. You sign for it. Age verification, the whole thing. So it was never a big deal. Well, for some reason, and it wasn't just me, it was everybody else in my little snooze groups on Facebook, their snus was not showing up on time. Like everybody's just like, what the hell's going on? What the hell's going on? It says it's on hold. It's being checked and this and that. So it ended up taking almost a week to get the snus that would normally take me 2 days for $35 shipping. Come to find out, apparently there's a new rule within the FDA where every single package of tobacco product coming into the United States has to be inspected in person by someone from the FDA. And this is a brand new deal. And obviously they don't have the manpower to do that in a reasonable time frame.
Any idea why?
No idea why. No idea why. This was just a new rule that the FDA came up with.
I wonder what they're looking for.
They're inspecting every single package of tobacco products coming into the U.S. at this point. And it's, while, they're not stopping anything as far as I can see, obviously there's going to be a backlog. There's now they're a big bottleneck in the shipping process. So, so that's one thing that happened over the last couple weeks.
Before you do your next thing, I just got to say I laughed a little bit when Donnie B. Vapin said, "I've never heard the word snus said this much." LOL. Snus.
You get used to it. I don't even hear it anymore.
What was the second thing?
The other thing is the FDA is proposing a new rule for NNN content within smokeless tobacco. This is like the TSNs that we were talking about years ago. Mm-hmm. This is something similar to that. I don't know offhand what exactly it stands for, but it's a similar type of situation with TSNs, NNNs. They're proposing a new limit on smokeless tobacco for sale in the United States of 1 NNN parts per million. Where as far as I could tell, and I was looking for data on this, as far as I can tell, combustible tobacco, the NNN content is over 1,000 parts per million. So they're looking for, and I think the quote unquote safest smokeless tobacco, which is snus, by and large, snus, is around 1.5 parts per million. So you compare 1.5 parts per million to over 1,000 parts per million with combustible tobacco. They're essentially kind of trying to do to smokeless tobacco what they were trying to do with, vaping, mm-hmm. as far as these TSNA values before. So there was a whole commentary period, the whole thing that they did with vaping and all that just went through. I think Monday was the last day to submit comments and all that. So that's happening on the smokeless tobacco front. Snus.
So the federal government is against anything that has to do with harm reduction. That's what you're saying. Interesting.
Yeah.
It seems to be anything that doesn't have to do with cigarettes.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Yeah, because if you're
just pro cigarettes and anti everything else.
Donnie has a question for you, Jay. What's that word again?
I already explained the word.
Snus.
Snus? Or TSNAs?
Yes.
TNA? I know what that is.
TSN? Isn't that
tobacco-specific nitrosamines?
Yeah.
And I don't remember what NNN stands for.
Triple net is a lease term when you're doing.
And I hate saying NNN much more than I hate saying snus.
NNN.
NNN.
Yeah, the last snus got me, Jay.
Snus and NNN.
All right. I guess we're going to wrap it up. I still need to eat dinner, and I'm running out of e-liquid, which is a catastrophe. Right. So, Nick, any closing thoughts? Anything going on? Anything upcoming over the next week you want to let everyone know about?
Over the next week? No, not really. Just going to be a lot of the same stuff. A lot of videos. I'm going back home to visit my family up in Lake Tahoe, Reno next week. So I'm pretty excited about that. But otherwise, it's going to be a lot of the same, a lot of vlogs, I'm really pumped on my YouTube right now, and I think about it constantly, like shooting reviews and doing vlogs and what I can do for retro vaping and what I can do for certain segments and what I can do for like my patrons, and it's just really fun. I'm having a really good time on YouTube again after 8 years.
Good. That's good.
You know,
the more enthusiastic you are, the more people watch, the more people get off cigarettes. That's the way I look at it. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, good.
Rob says, Kev, any events near New York? Not for VCC anyway. The next one we have coming up is the B2B one in Chicago in December, and we don't have anything. I mean, I have some ideas for next year, but nothing set in stone yet. I don't know if there are any other events going on that way. I haven't checked, so I'm not really sure. You could drive to Chicago.
Yeah, it's not that far.
Are you a business? I'm not sure if Rob's a business.
I might go to that, Kevin. I might go to that show.
You know what, Nick? If you go to that, shoot me a text and I'll book a flight like right after you do.
Yeah, let's do it. We can hang out.
Yeah, you might want to get one with Dwayne for maybe the recoil, or I think you have a new version coming out or something, but maybe that's a good idea.
Oh, yeah. No, we're not talking about that yet, Kev.
I mean, okay, sorry. The recoil original.
Yeah.
That's what I meant to say.
Recoil.
Did I say something else? I'm sorry. I'm having brain farts tonight. Jay, any closing thoughts besides Snus?
Oh, you ruined my joke.
I wanted to say Snus one more time.
I am not doing any YouTube videos, and I'm still enjoying that very much in my life. And I'm also not going to visit my family because fuck that noise. And they all live like 2 towns away from me. So, I'm just freaking working, man.
People are saying spill the beans. I didn't spill the beans. What are you talking about? I saw that somewhere.
No. Everybody knows we're doing something new, but I don't know what it's going to be called or what it's going to be. So
Recoil 2. Recoil V2.0. I got it. Nick, ready?
1.3.
Recoil the next generation.
What? That's too long of a name. We need something snappy.
Recoil TNG. Anyway, just jokes, Kev. Yeah, I'm doing the same thing over the next week. We're working on Chicago. Hopefully, getting people out. Hopefully, going to start working on getting an issue of Breathe magazine out, which I need to talk to you guys about off camera and a bunch of other people. And same stuff. Going to go eat some dinner now and get some e-liquid. And yeah, appreciate you guys turning out to watch VCC Live. Make sure you hit that button down there, please, 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 and share the link when it comes up. That sounded a little bit needy and desperate. Sorry, not please, please, please. I take that back. Just regular old please. Hit the like button. Share the link.
I'm breezy.
It's like whatever. Hit the like button if you want to. Don't hit it if you don't want to. That's cool. Whatever. All right, guys. Breezy. Well, have a good weekend. We'll see you guys next Thursday. Hopefully, Matt will be back with us next Thursday. He was traveling back home today from somewhere and couldn't make it, but hopefully he'll be back with us next Thursday.
I'll be gone next Thursday. I'm out of town, so
we'll
see if Peppermill Wi-Fi is.
We'll leave Nick Green here and just put Matt's face.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you hit the like button, share, put some comments on the video if you have questions, and remember, you don't have to do everything. You do have to do something. Get involved.